Okay, so students, now in our next lecture we are going to talk about classification of living organisms. So here in classification actually we will study that how scientists they have classified animals and plants and how they have grouped them, whether according to their single characteristics or more than one characteristic. So here we will go through it. So scientists classify organisms into categories or groups to make it easier to study them, to communicate with scientists from other country, and also they classify it based on their structure and how do they function. Now let's move on to the next slide, where classification, here they have mentioned as that it was organized using a hierarchical system introduced by Carolus Linnaeus. He was the scientist who actually arranged living organisms into 7 groups, and these are called 7 taxa group. I'm going to tell you what does taxa mean, taxonomy. I'm going to tell you in the next slide. So here kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus and species. So it means when we are starting from kingdom, it is a broader range. Okay, we are going to study, there are in fact 5 kingdoms. Then we go narrower into phylum, then class, order, family, genus and species will be very specific. Okay, let's move on to the next slide where we will understand it better. So as I said, I'm going to tell you what does taxa mean. Taxonomy is the study of classification. So when we are talking about taxa arrangement, means it is based on taxonomy, and taxonomy is a study organisms to determine which group they will go in, whether they will belong to plants, whether they will belong to animals, or whether they will belong to microorganisms. So here we have, as I have told you that Linnaeus, he introduced the binomial system as well. So what is the binomial system? In binomial system, the first is the genus name with a capital letter, while second is the species name, which one will always be from the small letter. Like for example, we are talking about ourselves, human beings, we are actually called Homo sapiens. So here you see Homo is starting from the capital letter H, which is actually genus, and sapiens, it is starting from a small letter and it is representing species. Understand? Similarly, the next one is for wolf, Canis lupus. So you think Canis is genus or species? Genus, right? And lupus is the species. Similarly, we go for zebra, which is Equus burschelii, where Equus is the genus and burschelii is the species. So when you write the scientific name of organism, you should either write it in italics or underline it handwritten. As you can see, they are in italics. So if you are writing on computer, you can opt for italics, but if you are writing it, of course, if you are doing it handwriting, you can underline it. So here